All right, cats. All right, everyone. Welcome to Whole Tone City. This is a workshop today, and we're starting right on time. And I'd like to welcome you guys in here. This is Bad Alan Palmer. I'm the founder of the United Institute of Music, Science, and Arts. You can call me BAP, and welcome to our community, you guys. Now, this workshop today is going to be, pretty brief, but there's much more content if you guys join our community. Join our community, and actually, there's a free workbook that we're going to have. All right. So this is our creator series. Okay. So you guys, please log into the chat. Tell us where you're logging in from. And we're going to talk about the whole tone scales. Now, I'm going to give you a brief overview of, of the systems for improvisation. We deal with the mathematics of music. All right. So, there's one chromatic scale, and that chromatic scale divides into two whole tone scales. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Matter of fact, we're going to zone in on one particular series today, all right, just to help us really understand this and use it as a practice tool, because it's not really a scale, what we're talking about. It's not a scale, okay? So let's get into these two whole tone scales. Like we say, like music has a creation story. The chromatic scale is like the creator scale. Okay, it represents everything, right? It's all the notes in music, right? And it's 12 notes in your chromatic scale. Now it's going to divide into these two whole tone scales, all right? And that's what we're going to talk about today, these two whole tone scales. All right, now we use the analogy of Adam and Eve. So really, you can start on A and E to build your whole tone scales. So like say you started on A, the note A, and if you guys got your horns out, you do this, right? Start on A, all right? But there's no beginning or ending with these scales, all right? Because they're not scales. They're not scales. This is just so we can understand this and we can get past it, right? Because really we want to become the creator in music, right? But these are it's an important topic, okay? So we use this analogy just so you can understand, because there's only two of these guys, right? And they're opposite polarities. They're opposites, like male, female, like hot, cold, they're opposites, okay? So in music, we're gonna explore these. So you guys can probably already know these, but you can play these, right? So you start on A, and you're just moving whole steps. That's all you have to do, and that's it. It's 6 notes, man. And then you're gonna double, right? Now we're gonna deal with E, starting on E for Eve, right? And that's the other 6. That's the other 6 notes, okay? And that you put them together, that's 12. Okay, that's all the notes in music. Now, when we look at this, if you look at your palm oracle, now if you guys don't know, we invented the palm oracle system, which is an ancient system, and this is middle C. I'm not giving you the middle finger. This is middle C in the middle of your hand. But if you look at these whole tone scales that I've mapped out, they actually look like a DNA strand. When you map out with the palm oracle, when you look at it, okay, you see in the purple, E, C, D, B flat, A flat. Now that X right there, that X, that's not going to change whether we use cycler fourths or cycler fifths. But if you don't understand, just look at your hand, okay, and memorize it. Okay, so you say this is middle C, right? So if you just go down, and if you can spell these out. You say C, the whole tone. I'm just going to do the purple, right? C, D. You can't see my hand, but you do it on your hand with your thumb. E, right? G flat, A flat, B flat. All right, and those are your whole tone. Okay, that's 1. All right, so you just see that. I thought that would be interesting. You guys see that? It looks like a DNA strand. It's kind of cool. Okay, so check it out. So these are some whole tone facts. There are only 2 of these guys, right? I told you that. They have 6 notes each. You know that. They are symmetrical, so they have no beginning or ending. So I don't care, just saying Adam and Eve. That's just so you can get an idea of the concept. Ain't no beginning or ending with these guys. Okay, so you can start anywhere. It's a system. Okay, and the notes, they're opposite notes. Okay, now they're fourth and fifth apart, but you can say that they're a half step apart. So they're going to substitute when you go around the cycle of fourths and fifths and the chromatic cycle. Okay, don't worry, just do it. All right, so we're just going to do this stuff, right? Now there's some basic things. It works over dominant chords, in a series. And we're going to talk about that today. All right, so let's talk about some of this. Now we're going to get in this. Now you got to move everything. Now, how to use these whole tone systems? There's so many ways to use them. Now, what we're really talking about is moving shit in whole steps. So you should be right now. You should move everything you know. Like if you know one thing, it don't care if it's one note. You move that in a whole step. And try to make some music. All right. Now, if you know a chord, you can be. It's movement. It's movement in music, right? So you could take a line, any line that you know, and just move it in whole steps. Like if you know. That's the concept, right? So this is what we're talking about, the movement of the whole tone systems. All right. So now let's get a little more deeper into this. Now, you guys can have your instruments out right now. Now, we're gonna zone in on just this E whole tone because we're talking about Eve's whole tone system today. All right, and that's enough, right? We're just gonna try to take a little small, shallow dive. Maybe we go a little deeper if we can, and you guys can post your questions or any answers, and you guys into the chat, and I should be able to see any of these. I don't know if I see your questions but we'll post them anyway. Okay. Now let's check it out, you guys. Now type in the chat. Let me know where you guys are from. You guys are here. Appreciate that. Okay. So now I put a couple diagrams here. Now what you want to do is you want to first memorize this system. So don't know, it doesn't have beginning or end anymore. Now, you see this whole tone scale, it's E, G flat. Now this is the series. Now we want to memorize this series. So we're talking about E. Now just right away, whole tones can substitute for dominant chords, right? You could play the whole tone scale on any dominant chord. Just, you got to make music out of it, but it works, right? So we talking about E7. G flat 7, A flat, B flat, C, D7, right? Now these are different tonalities. This is a series of groups. We'll be talking about movement, right? But it's cool if you can, you can use these, you can use these on the dominants. You can use these. You figure out how you want to use them, but it works on these dominants, okay? So it's going to work on B flat 7 dominant, E7 dominant, C7. Just how you going to use it, and sometimes it's slick if you put half steps in between these, the whole tone. Now, just using the scale, that's like baby stuff, but, just showing you can use it. You could use it. You should be able to take that whole tone scale and play it in triads. And if you notice, it's made up of major thirds. That's a major third from here to here. That's a major third from here to here. So it's gonna work off of E major, A flat major, like I said, that whole series, these tones, right? Now you have to use your creativity. Now another way to use this, now you want to go one step further in this whole tone system using this 1-6 notes. You could take, you say, okay, well, it's E major triad, G flat major, B flat major triad. So you should be able to play those. You should be able to play your triad, moving in whole steps, okay? Or even the whole freaking scale. Move it. Now, if you're playing like you're soloing, you're trying to, you just understand one thing, you guys know in our school, we don't try to like take the whole cake, we take a piece and then we really digest it, because we're trying to get to our subconscious mind, we don't want to like have indigestion and, and not really be able to use this stuff, right? So just limit yourself to like say these 6 notes, right? So you say, okay, there's no beginning or end, and get familiar with the scale. Get familiar with the scale. Now, like I said, these you got to be familiar with all of these tonalities, right? So you should be familiar with E major, G flat major, A flat major, B flat major, C major, and D major. And all your variations. If you're gonna do sharp 11s, or I don't care what the hell you do, but your dominants, and there's so many, you guys that are in our school, that you guys have those, all these different altered scales, right? But the concept of it is what's important, right? So you just take a chord, right? Say you take E minor, right? Even though you say, look, this whole tone scale, you say, oh yeah, it's an E major right there, That's got that, it's got that major thing, so you can play off the major, moving in the whole steps, right? That's cool. Just move like, say, play a vamp, like Inchworm, so many tunes like that, really. A lot of tunes have vamps like that, right? So now you got some tools you can use, you can go up and, monk war that out, right? So now, you could say, you go with the, just minor, right? So now we're talking about movement. Right? So let's say we're going to take minor, right? And I'm going to move this minor chords in the whole tone system. So now you're taking that concept further, right? And that's just, how you can think of this whole tone system as nothing more than really movement. It's beyond, it's not a scale. These are systems for your improvisation, right? So, of course, you're moving stuff, like, cats like McCoy, they wear that stuff out, man, all right? So, say you're in the minor, right? And on this minor, you see that? Right? C minor to D minor. See, there's no beginning or ending spot with this whole tone scale business. Okay? And now you gotta understand there's only two. There's only two of these whole tone scales. So you figure, okay, how am I gonna change the polarity? Well shit, just go up a half step, man. Go up a fourth and fifth, or go to the other one. You know, so really it's kinda like a, you know, it's along with the trinity of diminished. And of course, when you learn all of your scales and all the families, those 12 families, you know, you understand how they're really, really related. You see, all right. So, you guys practice this. You know, practice this stuff like have fun. The whole point is to take it and, you know, and get your creativity so you don't sound like anybody. You come up with your own style, all right? Come with your own system, okay? Now, this is our, you know, our workshop today, and we've been talking about this whole step. So like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a major, minor, or and take what you know, you guys. Take what you know right now, you know, and just move it through this whole step formula. You dig? I move it through this whole step formula, and you know, get to your subconscious mind with your ideas. You know, even if you know something simple, like I said. Now remember, now you should just have this. You know, you can look at this, right, and you say, okay, well it's E minor. Well, E minor, right? If I'm gonna do E minor, I could do E major, G flat major, E flat, A flat major. Now these are related. These guys are related. You have to understand these are related. If you take like G flat minor, A flat minor is gonna take you to G flat. G flat minor is gonna take you to E major. These guys are related. This is movement in music, whether you put all the shit in between or not. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's good to practice like this, because then you'll just understand, you know, the shortcuts. And when you listen to the cats, you listen to the language, and if you're open to what this music is really, really about, which is about expression. It's about freedom. It's about freedom. It's about bringing people together, about bringing humanity together, and freedom, and your voice. And within a group, and you know, it's the language of the universe, man. So this tool, man, like I said, it's on your hand. You guys got to exploit this whole tone scale. A lot of cats sleep on that because they're looking for all this stuff that's not really there. It's right here. You dig what I'm saying? But it's inside us. You dig? So you want to look at this stuff again and make it simple. Like I said, just take one thing. You know, just take, like I say, I'm gonna take a major chord. And I'm just going to take this Eve group. You know, it's not even called Eve group. It's just that one series, right? So I'm just going to take that major chord, E major. I can take a major triad, like something simple like E, G sharp, B, right? And I just moved it. And I could just be creative with movement, right? You know, and you're working that system because these guys are related. They're related. There's another relationship, like when we talk about the trinity of diminished, that are on your hand. They're related. They're all related, of course. You know, we're all related. We're all related, right? When you look at these different families, these tonal families, you know, like if you guys have downloaded the Trinity of Diminished workbook, you'll see it there. Now, you know, I showed you guys a slide on to show you, but this is a DNA strand with these two whole tone scales. So work them out. Work them out, you guys. There's millions of uses. So you figure if you're in one tonality, if you're going to go to the fifth or the fourth, Remember, it's either chromatic, fifth or fourth are going to alternate to the other scale, right? Right? So you figure if I'm in B flat minor, right? I'm going to alternate to the other whole tone scale if I want to go to a dominant. You know what I'm controlling. Because give you a hint, whenever you're using these as tonalities in the scale, they're controlling Adam. They're controlling the other group. Okay, Eve. These tonal groups. They control the dominance. They're controlling that. You know, if you guys haven't been to our music metaphysics, just, you know, it's controlling that because we're in the key of B flat minor. Or I could be in B flat major. I don't care. I could be anywhere. Any of these guys. And when I talk about the other one, whole tone scale, right? I can move this. It's the other one. That's how it works, you guys, okay? So now it's good to limit yourself if you're going to say, okay, I want to shed today on just this 6 notes, this Eve's whole tone scale. These notes are going to control the other guys, and vice versa. If we were to go to the A group of tonalities, now like I said, work these out as tonalities. Majors, minors, diminished, demented, augmented, all freaking Phrygian, whatever you want to do. It's talking about movement in music, all right? So, you know, this is just the laws of music, you guys. Is what you're going to do with it is going to be your creativity and what you do. You know, this is not going to change. Sorry, you're not going to change. This is the way it is. This is the math of music. So, you know, understand this, but we want to get it inside us, you know. So when we talk about dominant movement, you talk about tritone substitutions, right? So when we talk about, you know, you'll see all the tritone substitutions in here. Within these all substitute for each other as well. So when you really work this system out, you're going to find unlimited uses once you get to your subconscious mind, once you really just understand it as a concept, you see? You know what I mean? Because like I said, you know, one whole tone scale is always going to control the other whole tone scale. Now, you might not say because they're not really scales. What I mean is that one series of notes is going to control the other whole tone scale. So, you know, you say that these notes are opposite notes because they're fourth and fifth apart, and they're also a half step apart. So they're going to substitute for each other. So mess around with both of them. But, you know, good to zone in on one. That's why we had this workshop today on Eve's, you know, okay, Eve's whole tone scale, what we so-called, you know, we're talking about this group, E, G flat, that group, right? So, you know, you guys just play with it as a movement. Play with it around as a real movement in your improvisation. Start with the licks you know. And you're going to watch. You're going to shock yourself, man. And understand that there's only 2 of these guys. So even if you mess around with the movement part, I don't care where you are. Just know that it's going to control that other whole tone scale. So like if you're E minor, friggin', you know, it don't matter where you at. You do. All right, you guys. All right, so I'm not, I'm just trying to show you what you can do. Just show you what you guys can do. So start with what you know and understand it, and just move it in whole steps. Move stuff in whole steps, whole steps, whole steps, and get to your subconscious mind. The simpler we make things, because there's so many tools out here, you guys. There's so much, for our minds to understand. But when we're practicing this music, understand it's your life. It's your life, and you want to express it. You want to get to it, and if you don't make sense to yourself, it's like, hey man, I can. If you don't like listening to this video, you can shut it off, or you can turn off, or you can go anywhere else. You can cut off my voice. You can. If you have an enemy, you can avoid that person. If someone's bothering the shit out of you, you can block their number. But what about the voices inside ourselves when you're practicing? The voices that why you're playing this music. Why did you choose to play this music? You dig? Those are the voices that you want to keep in a positive, and always trying to get to your subconscious mind, because there's no right or wrong notes, man. I don't care what anybody tell you. All right? So this is it. This is the real shit. And you guys, thank you for hanging today. It's a beautiful day today. We could talk about this. We're going to go into this in much more detail, but I don't see any questions today. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna shut it down, this workshop for today, but there's so much more inside the Institute, so I want you guys to join. But I just hope that I just opened up a little things for you guys to get to watch this, and I'll see you guys in the Inner Circle. Now the Inner Circle group, we meet every Monday night, every Monday from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Sometimes we go to 10 o'clock, sometimes we've been gone to 11 o'clock even. And that's our special course. It's every week, okay, you guys, and we do the group coaching. All right, so if you guys want to join, there's a special coupon for you guys to join inside. Hey, how you doing, May? Good. I see somebody. I'm glad when you guys chat. Sometimes it feels like I'm talking into the void, But thank you so much, you guys. So I want everyone to share our posts and join our community. Join our community. It's a wonderful international community of great people, great cool people, great musicians, artists. We have so much talent. And so the Inner Circle is like it's a great place, and you guys can join now. Okay, you can join now. You can join for free for like 30 days, and then if you opt out, it's fine. You can just, it's no problem. But you can see all the replays. We're there every week. Okay, you guys. So I just want to thank everybody for listening, and that is the magic of the whole tone scale. It's a magical scale. That's why it's like, you ever watch the cartoons, man, when someone's dreaming? That's the day. That's the whole tone. This is the magic, man. And there's only two. Now you guys know how to, hopefully we're starting to learn how to use it as an improvisational tool with your voice, okay? All right, so it's more than just, hey, I want to use it over dominant scales. There's so much other to look for, okay? So thank you so much, you guys, and I'll see you guys. And if you notice, I don't know if you guys can notice my backdrop, but I'm back in New York City. BAP's back in the city. All right, so I'll see everybody, all my New York City people, man. I want to see you guys real soon, and it's going to be really exciting for everybody. I want to thank May and George and everybody in our community that's been coming out, supporting us. You know who you are, and I'll see you guys next time, all right? Music and love equals peace. Take care.